Let's talk about the Cody Ko situation. Cody Ko was 25 years old when he hooked up with a 17-year-old Tana Mojo. He was told by Gabby Hanna that she was underage and he still hooked up with her. If you don't think that that's an issue, please click off this video. That is honestly super disgusting and just outright a crime that he committed. If you want to have a more in-depth analysis about the situation, I recommend watching Wallace's video on the situation because he does an amazing job of tackling everything and laying it down and showing everyone why this is wrong. But this isn't the first time that Tana has talked about this. In 2021, Tana actually talked about when her and Cody hooked up.
I was 17 at the time, 18. I started kind of hooking up with other people. Shout out JC Kaylin, shout out Cody Ko.
The episode was later deleted, re-uploaded, and edited, but she still talked about it. This was out in the open. Drama channels were covering it, but people were ignoring it, and it was swept under the rug. And that's why people didn't actually acknowledge it. It was actually revealed a couple months ago that Cody actually reached out to Tana and asked, "Hey, are we good? I have my wedding coming up and stuff, so I don't want anything bad to happen," which is an insane thing to say. Not only that, but there were so many other things happening in the YouTube and TikToker drama community that it unfortunately got overshadowed. But on May 30th of this year, during a live taping of her podcast Canceled, she actually revealed again her and Cody hooked up when she was 17 years old and he was 25.
Who's the smallest you've ever had sex with?
Oh my god, no one look at me, Cody Ko. I can say that. I was literally 17, I can say that.
So if she dropped this 3 years ago and again 2 months ago, why are we just talking about it right now? On July 14th, D'Angelo released a video called An Uncomfortable Conversation about Cody Ko. Now, this video does a great job addressing the situation and talking about it and basically making the point that these allegations cannot be ignored and they need to be talked about, and why everything he did is wrong. Because it seems like his audience can't get it through their skulls that this is literally a crime. Now, D'Angelo covers how Tana set the record straight and literally said again that she had slept with Cody Ko when she was 17 and he was 25 at Playlist Live. She even mentions that the witness of this, Gabby Hanna, told Cody, "Hey, she is underage, don't do anything," and he still ended up hooking up with her.
There was a situation with Gabby Hanna at a Playlist Live where she pulled him aside and told him like, "Yo, she's 17," and then we still went and hooked up.
Now, in the video, D'Angelo brings up how in Florida, where Playlist Live was taking place, Tana was still under the age of consent. And Cody, again, committed a crime, and he knew that he was committing this crime because although he was warned, he still went ahead and slept with her. D'Angelo continues and mentions how a few things actually made the situation worse than it already was. For example, Tana was actually a fan of Cody at the time. Already, this shows that there was a power imbalance between the two.
I grew up loving him, and I think you know what I mean? Like, I was just like excited and a fan.
Another example, D'Angelo brings up the clip of Gabby Hanna literally saying on a podcast the same exact story of when she warned Cody about Tana being underage and that they can't hook up.
One time, I told a guy, I saw him making out with a girl at a party who was underage, and I pulled him aside and I was like, "Hey man, you probably don't know, I know she like looks a little older, she's underage, watch it." And he's like, "Oh my god, thank you for telling me." And then he heard that.
And like I had already mentioned, when the allegations first started going around, Cody literally texted Tana asking if they were good and everything.
I said something about it online and it was starting to surface, and he texted me like, "Are we good?" And was like, I said yeah, and like he was like, "My wedding's coming up."
I feel like the excuse of, "Oh, but my wedding is coming up," instead of apologizing to Tana in person and addressing the situation, is actually baffling to me. And the most heartbreaking thing about all of this is that Cody's audience is being awful and just victim blaming Tana. People saying things like, "Why should we believe her? It's Tana," which is actually a very scary thing. This literally is telling people who may not be perceived by everyone as a good person that if something happens to them and they try to speak up about it, no one is gonna believe them because some of the things that they did in the past weren't the best and they don't have the right to come out and talk about what happened to them. So to Cody's audience who's sending all this hate to Tana for legit no reason except meat writing, respectfully, fuck you. We're supposed to be supporting victims, not telling them that it's probably their fault for what they were wearing. And this video itself is very scary and frustrating to make because I used to watch Cody and I had no idea that this had happened. And seeing what a victim goes through when their story is not heard or believed or they're blamed for it genuinely makes me really upset. And I'm glad that this is a conversation that people are having now, but he needs to address it and he needs to break his silence in the situation because that's his response to all of this. And to other creators who are friends with him or have collaborated with him, I hope they can speak up too. I know Jarvis Johnson has spoken up about him, even though he hasn't even collabed with him, but hopefully other creators can also talk about him as well. I hope that Tana's doing well, and I wish her the best and not all this hate, and I'll see you guys in the next one.